Hey YouTube, it's your boy Magnificent and Boy Wonder, aka War Beast, and Clickbait plus Chick Magnet. We are here today wanting to go back in time. Do you ever wish you can go back and change certain things? You ever wish that? Yeah. What would you do if you can go back in time?
Fix all my mistakes.
All mistakes go bye-bye. So, hey, they did it in Avengers. We thought, you know what? Why not do it here? Now, there's so many people who have information that is like just nuggets. I told one of my buddies, listen, I'm putting an eviction notice on your brain because there are so many nuggets that you need to get out. Because of distance, time, it was tough to get to all these folks. So we had people send us information about, again, what do you wish you knew before you got into the oil field? So I hope you enjoy it. Take it away.
We make the streams louder.
So what do you wish you knew before you got in the oil field?
Save all the money you make.
Save all the money you make. Why?
Because it goes quick.
Just because wait, you spend it quick or what?
Well, no, the oil field's a roller coaster.
Oh, up and down.
That was part of the first downturn too, and then you just run out of money.
And you're frac cement? And two things you wish you knew before you've been in the oil field. Go.
I needed my CDL.
That you needed to get a CDL.
Yeah.
Okay. My man.
My name's Andrew Tonini. My line of work in the oil field is I'm an instrumentation and electrical technician. And I work for a midstream company, so I handle all the gathering stations and the pipelines. And the instrumentation and electrical is pretty much the control systems, the automation. And I guess one of the biggest things that I wish I knew before I started in the oil field was how hard it would be to have a family. And the reason for that is in what I do, I get called out. Like today is a Sunday afternoon, sitting at home with my family. I get a call, I got to go out. To me, that can be really hard with little kids. I've got 2 little kids at home, and that gets kind of hard after a little while.
3 things I wish I knew before I entered the oil field. I wish I'd taken a budgeting class so I could learn how to save my money.
What 3 things do you wish you knew before you got into the oil field?
How cold it would have been up there, and how I needed to pack extremely heavily. I guess you could count that as one. So.
Hey guys, this is John. I was asked to tell you guys what the 3 things that I wish I knew before coming into the oil field. One of them is there are other options than just the oil field out here. You don't have to go to the oil field to make that kind of money. So whatever you are experienced in, you need to check for those other options first.
So for me, the top 3 things, what I wish I knew before I got into the oil field. Number 1, I wish I realized the challenge it would be to manage a family. That working in the oil field is literally like playing with Russian roulette. It's a ticking time bomb. At the end of the day, your family needs you. If you want to raise a successful family, they need your money, yes, but they need you more. So maybe better manage. And, I ask myself all the time if I could have done with less and, just been there more. What is 1 or 2 or 3 things you wish you knew, your 9-year oil field self knew, and would have told your 0 oil field self?
First thing would be save my money.
Save your money?
What
do you mean?
Penny of it. Well, in the oil field, as many people know, there's peaks and valleys.
All right, so how long you been in oil field?
8 years.
What do you wish you knew before you got in the oil field?
The education system.
All right, so what do you wish you knew before you got into the oil field?
Where the money was actually at.
What do you mean? Tell me more.
I don't know, wasting time in the wrong field.
So, like, you were doing things that were not oil field? You're saying you should have gotten the oil field earlier?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Copy that. Things you wish you knew before you got in the oil field. Like, how long you been in?
3 years.
3 years? So what do you wish you knew 3 years ago that would have made the difference now?
CDL.
CDL.
Yeah.
Get the CDL.
You'll be doing it working, 108, 115 hours a week, and
right.
A month could go by and you're down to 40.
Right.
It's all about the price per barrel.
Save your money. Okay, that's a good one.
Right. Save your money.
Second thing, balancing work and family time. You don't know how hard it is to work 12, 14, 18-hour days, come home and your family wants your attention, and all you can think about is either going to bed or the stuff that happened that day or the stuff that's going to happen tomorrow.
Call home.
Go home.
Call home.
Call home? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, just keep in touch with family.
While you're out, you mean?
Yeah, a lot of these guys, you know, they come out here on a whim because they're in a financial bind, which most people do.
Right.
But they don't leave on good terms with home, with their family. You know, I see a lot of guys that come in here, they'll make it 6-8 months, maybe a year, and next thing you know, they're having to leave because their wife's leaving them. They're going through a divorce and whatnot. You know, and it's honestly, it boils down to, you know,
keeping the main thing.
Yeah, not keeping things tight at home.
Absolutely. Wow. Now, on the side, how do you do that? I mean, is it because they just don't call?
I think it's just no communication. A lot of guys have a tendency to bring work home with them.
That's true.
You know, you got to remember, you can't talk to your wife like you talk to, you know,
your
another crew member. Yeah. That, keeping in touch with the kids, and making the time when you're home as best as it can be. A lot of these guys, they'll go home and they'll go blow their money or drink beer and hang out with friends, stuff like that. And
it's true.
That's not what matters. You know, we're here for our family.
Yeah, it takes effort.
Yeah,
just as much as it takes effort at work. You gotta. As in, I mean, tell us a little bit more.
Well, because we're now in the process of playing catch up, right? Because so many people came into the field so fast without education.
Copy that.
Without the proper training, the knowledge, right? Now we're trying to play proactive, or we're being reactive instead of proactive.
Because of all the babies that we're starting to train babies. All right, number two.
Number two. I wish I knew this place earlier.
You wish you knew about the oil field earlier.
The oil field earlier than I did, because I think I wasted a lot of time.
A lot of time.
Yeah.
Why? Now tell me why.
Because I was too far all the way in Philadelphia.
Gotcha. Not making money.
Yeah, not making money.
Hustling.
Thinking that's the place to be.
Right.
Yeah, but I wish
you knew. How'd you know? How'd you find out?
A friend of mine,
of course,
came here and told me about it.
Now, have you paid it forward? Have you told other friends?
Oh yeah. I told a lot of people. Most guys don't want to come because they say it's
cold, boring. Yeah,
cold.
You've been in safety
16 years.
And what all have you done?
Firefighting, military, to the oil field, right? Grew up in the fire department knowing fire safety, then went into the military, worked in the aviation department of the military for the Navy, worked in the safety area, hazmat, to here in the oil
deal. Awesome, thanks. Number two would have been the people. That the hardest thing to deal with in the oil field isn't the cold, which it does suck, but it's the people. And some of the challenges that they give you, that if you can handle the people, you can do good. I spent so much time prepping for the cold, prepping for all those elements. The elements sucked, but that wasn't really the hardest thing.
Creating an early investment.
What do you mean?
Be a good one.
Like start something with your money, like make your money work for you.
Start something, whether it be a real estate, some form of passive income with the amount of money you make.
What if you ain't good with that stuff? Could you find someone that is? Are you suggest invest in something?
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of links, you know, on YouTube, stuff like that, as far as like real estate, for instance, you know. But that or just regular investing, even penny stocks for that matter.
Do something with your money. Don't let it just sit in the bank account.
Right. 401k is only going to get you so far, and we don't even know if we'll have a 401k in 20 years.
That is true. Okay.
That and it's a mutual fund.
Right.
Most of the time, whereas, you know, other forms of investment can get you a lot further. You know,
absolutely.
Higher yields. But
save your money and invest. If you can handle the people and the double standards, the backstabbing, the people throwing under the bus, the adult babies. I'm just being honest. It happens. And some people just let it, basically go off their back. Other people, it's more challenging, especially if you're ambitious. I wish I realized that people tend to be intimidated by people that are confident, and that it's not a slack on you. It's more of a reflection on them.
And then the second thing, I guess, is really along the lines of process safety, how how if we're not careful, we're not safe, we're not coming home at the end of the day. So I guess I didn't realize when I was going through school to do instrumentation and control, they didn't really talk about that. So that's something that I've had to learn how to work safe and to be able to go
So
home.
the second one would be how people's attitudes will affect your work ethic and work day and around the oil field. And how
Third thing kind of goes back to saving your money. Slowdowns. Every year at the end of the year is a slowdown. Some years aren't bad. Last year wasn't too bad. This year is devastating. First year I was out here, I had about $2,000 of presents under the Christmas tree. I was buying for anybody and everybody because I felt like I had all the money. Mind you, I was 24 years old, so I wasn't that smart. Anyways, 10 years later is my 10th year in the oil field and dealing with a pretty hard slowdown this year. A lot of people affected, and this is a Christmas tree. Nothing. So save your money. Try and separate work from personal time, family life, and just be prepared for the slowdowns. They come and they go.
and how everyone wants to get in and get out as soon as possible to make their money.
Number 3, I wish I'd use it as a springboard. You know, use your money, save your money, get out of debt fast, but use your money as a springboard to get into something else. Because of course, time, oilfield goes, oilfield comes, but don't increase your spending. You know, don't keep your level of spending the same, right? And just live. You know, live on 20% of your money. Maybe that's probably the better way to say it. Live on 20% of your money, or maybe 30%. Live on a certain percentage of your money and save the rest, right? Maybe live on 40%, 50%. Just save the rest, because otherwise what happens is there's something called the golden handcuffs. And you literally are stuck to this lifestyle because either you increase your means, your living standards, quote unquote, and now you're so stuck, even though you don't want, or it's not the ideal, or it isn't your passion, you are stuck because you have obligations, financial obligations to pay. So those are my 3 things. All right, guys, so those are just a couple of things that some people wish they knew. I hope it was helpful. We have a lot more coming, but of course, time, people getting it together. Just, again, if you liked it, and maybe if you're in the oil field, if you wish you knew something, go ahead and pop them down in the comments. Of course, like, comment, subscribe. It really helps the people that like this information and want to get this information getting, you know, and we got, you know, people that'll be sharing their information. So, hey, what is something you wish you knew about the oil field before I got in?
Probably how long you would be gone, because, like, I was really little when you started doing it, so, like,
true.
I barely ever saw you.
That's very true. So, guys, there's more to come. Hey, like, comment, subscribe. Magnificent, Boy Wonder, War Beast, aka Clickbait, signing out.